You might be wondering, how long does a weight loss plateau last? Let's go over it in this video. In this video, we're going to identify if you're really in a weight loss plateau. Then I'll tell you how long a plateau may last. Finally, I'll tell you the best way to lose weight without plateauing at all. So your weight loss has plateaued and you're wondering how long it's gonna last. The truth is, it depends on the cause of the plateau and what you do about it. First of all, if you're eating off plan, you're causing the plateau yourself. It might not be intentional or malicious, but you're putting things in your mouth that don't belong and you're calling it a plateau. On my program, The Code Red Lifestyle, some people think following the program most of the time and then grabbing a handful of Hershey's Kisses off their coworker's desk and snacking on them in the afternoon shouldn't be enough to cause a plateau. One cheat sets you back 1 week. So yeah, those little extras can do it. You fudging the program and calling it a plateau is not a true plateau. It's you going off plan. Huge difference. If you don't want to stall, then it's 100% of the rules 100% of the time. It's also important to remember that one day of your weight being the same doesn't count as a plateau. With my custom program clients, if their weight doesn't drop after 7 days, we start looking at why. Don't fall to pieces because your weight goes up instead of down for 1 day. If your weight loss stalls, the first thing you've got to do is look at your sleep. Sleep is the #1 rule in weight loss. You ain't sleeping, you ain't losing. And by the way, just lying in the bed doesn't necessarily count as sleeping. A lack of sleep causes hunger and sugar cravings. Your body senses a lack of sleep as stress and hangs on to water. Lack of sleep not only stalls weight loss, it may actually make your weight go up the next day. Here recently, I had to fire an employee. It is my least favorite thing to do. I love my employees at Code Red, but just some things don't work out. This was a particularly stressful situation for me, and I went 3 days, yes, 3 days with only 3 hours of sleep each night. I was full of such anxiety and such worry that I tossed and turned all night long, and my Fitbit didn't even register my amount of sleep. It was so low. Well, let me tell you, every day I woke up and I had gained a pound. I was a pound heavier after that. So day 1, I was a pound heavier. Day 2, another pound. Day 3, another pound. By the end of those 3 days, I had gained 3 pounds and I didn't even eat anything bad. I didn't have chocolate. I didn't have alcohol. I didn't have any junk food. It was simply because I was missing my sleep. So it's very powerful missing your sleep. And by the way, on that 4th night, when I finally got a good full night's sleep, I lost all those pounds and another one, I guess a bonus pound. So I have lived firsthand. I know exactly what happens when you do not get enough sleep. And our rebels, this is the biggest thing that we deal with them when it comes to them losing the weight. They could be eating everything right. They could be drinking all their water. They could be pre-planning, pre-measuring, pre-logging, following the rules. Everything is great. But their 2-year-old is trying to use a big boy bed and has been coming into bed with them each night, and it's causing all kinds of problems, and Karen's not getting any sleep. And yeah, that'll be enough to completely stall your weight loss. Second, you've got to get enough water. Cutting low on your water will cause a weight loss plateau. Plus, water improves your sleep. Just get it in by 5 p.m. so you're not up all night going potty. Water helps you feel full, so you don't eat as much. Water gives you energy. It wakes you up better than caffeine does. Water flushes out the toxins released in your bloodstream as you lose weight. Third, you've got to eat the right foods and avoid the wrong ones that cause a weight loss plateau and gain. Despite the lies you've been told, weight loss is not just as simple as calories in, calories out. If it were, we wouldn't have fat athletes or obese 6-month-old babies. The quality of the calorie matters just as much, if not more than, the quantity of your calories. You've got to eat foods that promote weight loss and avoid the ones that promote plateaus and obesity. Before I go to my next point, I would love to hear from you. I always love getting to know you. So comment below and tell me, what has been your experience with a plateau? I hear some people say, I've been in a plateau for 3 months. Oh my goodness. Is that you? Comment below, tell me what you think. 99% of plateaus are caused by lack of water, lack of sleep, or being sloppy with your food. But it's not a given that you'll run into problems during your weight loss, even if you have over 100 pounds to lose. When you follow 100% of the rules, 100% of the time, your weight will drop consistently every day. Remember, that includes things like getting your sleep. If you cut short on your sleep, you're not doing everything right. Following 80% of the rules gets you 80% of the results at best. If you're wondering what rules to follow, I'm talking about the ones on my program, the Code Red Lifestyle. I give you a few simple rules for consistent weight loss. I also show you which foods to eat and which foods to avoid for consistent weight loss. In fact, I put it on a form with 2 columns. You just follow this side, you avoid this side. So super easy. Those rules include sleep and drinking water, which are the number 1 and number 2 biggest rules in weight loss. And you've got to tighten up your food, quantity as well as quality. If your weight loss does stall, and if you really are doing everything right, I have some tricks up my sleeve to get things moving again. It could be that you need to cut out dairy. It could be that you're not going poop regularly, regularly for you. Maybe you're eating too late in the day. It could be that you're eating too much of, or if you're starving yourself, you're not eating enough. My book, The Code Red Revolution, gives you all of those rules for consistent weight loss. Foods to eat, foods to avoid, and it's packed with tips and tricks on how to avoid plateaus, how to get your water in, and how to get your sleep, and tons more. You can pick up my book at coderedrevolution.com. I constantly get people on my program who complain that I can't believe this is not working. Well, first of all, this is the proper human diet of real food, water, and sleep. And by diet, by the way, I mean what a species habitually eats. Diet in that way. And people are like, this ain't working. What? So Ho-Hos and SpaghettiOs, Karen, is working better for you? So eating the entire thing of Costco lasagna, that's better for you? So eating, lean cuisines and Hot Pockets and caramel macchiatos and cake pops, that's better for you? We're talking about real food, water, and sleep. So if you are stalled on your weight loss, you really have got to take a good, long, hard look at what you're doing. Are your kids drinking your water? I had a lady just the other day say that to me. Well, she says, I get all my water in, and it was supposed to be her amount on our custom program was 175 ounces. She was a pretty large lady. And she said, well, I get all my water in, but, my kids drink my water. Well, then no. You're not drinking all your water. You're not getting all your water in. You may not be actually taking Hershey Kisses off of your coworker's desk when you walk by on the way to the bathroom, but not getting your water in because you let your kids have it or because you chuck the whole thing full of ice and it's not truly an entire 40 ounces. That is cheating of some form. Before you just automatically assume, this real food, water, and sleep doesn't work, I'm going to go back to processed food, which is just insane to me. Really take a good, long, hard look at what you're doing and not doing. Yeah, the amount of stress you are under could be causing your sleep to be affected. Yes, you could have a second job and maybe you're selling Mary Kay makeup and you've been staying up too late trying to run your second gig. And I get that. I mean, I've been there. I totally understand. But you've got to protect your sleep. And you might not be doing that. You might be thinking, well, I'm in the bed from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. But are you actually sleeping during that time? No, you're scrolling through Instagram. You're looking at recipes on Pinterest. I know what you're doing because I used to do the same thing. Come on, you can't BS me. I'm on to you. It could be something more. You really have to look at your habits. You really have to look at the fact that you could be putting a bite of your kid's macaroni and cheese in your mouth. It could be that you're driving on the road and you're just like this. Hey, give mommy the fry. Give mommy just one fry at the bottom of the bag. Come on, give mommy just one fry. That one bologna adds up, and that will certainly stall your weight loss. We call that being sloppy with your food, and you cannot do that. My book, The Code Red Revolution, gives you all the rules for consistent weight loss, foods to eat, foods to avoid. Plus, it's packed with tips on how to avoid plateaus, how to get your water in, and how to get your sleep. And, of course, tons and tons more. You can pick up a copy of my book at coderedrevolution.com, and I'll see you on the next video. How long does a weight loss plateau last? Nope. Let me do it again. If you don't want to stall, then... If you don't want to stall, are you actually sleeping during that hour? during that hour.